Computer labs are a service that Chemeketa provides to students. They're a resource for students in business, office administration, English, the social sciences, and computer science, as well as other programs. Any Chemeketa student can use a computer lab for class-related work. There are several labs on campus, most of which are located on the second floor of Building 3. The equipment consists primarily of IBM clones with dot matrix and laser printers. A Macintosh lab is also located in Building 3, Room 272. The Mac lab has 20 Macintosh SEs, a dot matrix printer, and a laser printer. Under some circumstances, it's open to the general public for personal projects. A small pay-as-you-go fee may be required from students or the public. Like the other labs on campus, the Mac lab has word processing programs, spreadsheet programs, desktop publishing, and a database program. The Mac lab is often reserved for special workshops, so if you do plan to use the lab, check the schedule outside the door or call the lab at 399-5168. All of the labs have instructional assistants, or IAs, who can answer any questions you may have. Before you can start working in any of the labs, you'll need to make some decisions and probably purchase a disk. Decide what kind of class-related work you want to do. Word processing to write a paper, tutorial for a psychology class, spreadsheet for a business class. Some programs are restricted. They can only be used for assigned class work and are not available to all students. Talk to your instructor or an assistant to find out which labs provide the program you need. You can also check the program list posted outside each lab door. Since you'll probably want to save your work on a data disk, ask the assistant whether you need to buy a disk and what size you need. Most disks cost less than $1 and can be purchased through the college bookstore. To find out when you can use a lab, check the lab schedule outside the door. Usually, if there's room, you're welcome to work while a class is using the lab. Sit toward the back or in an area the class is not using. To avoid disturbing them, please don't print while that class is in session. During most open lab times, you can drop in without making prior arrangements. If you use the lab during open time, be sure to display your current student ID card on the holder above the monitor. Now you're ready to get started. You know which program and which lab you want to use, you know the hours you can work in that lab, and you've purchased a disk. When you go into that lab for the first time, get a list of the lab rules and a registration card from the assistant. The registration card will help the school track use of the lab. You won't have to pay an extra fee. If you're enrolled in a class that meets in the lab, you'll get an additional group orientation. You'll also have priority use of the lab. The assistant will show you how to turn on the computer and how to log on. Logging on simply means typing a number or word that the computer recognizes, the unique name for the station you're working on. Often only a number is needed, and that number can be found on the front of the computer. After you log on, a menu listing various programs will appear on the screen. The menus found in most of the labs will allow you to highlight the program you want. After highlighting the program, tap the Enter key and the program will appear on the screen. If you're new to computers, you may wonder what highlight and Enter key and program mean. Highlighting an item on the menu, or choosing an item, is done by tapping one of the arrow keys on the right side of the keyboard. The Enter key activates a program. It starts the ball rolling. It's in the same place as the Return key on a typewriter, but it tells the computer to proceed to the next step. A computer program lets you carry out a specific group of related tasks. For example, a word processing program will let you type a paper, use a built-in spell checker, make corrections, and print. As you continue to work in the lab, you'll find your skills improving. If you're new to computers, expect to spend your first visit collecting handouts from the assistant. You'll have questions that need to be answered, and you'll spend some time experimenting, learning by trial and error. You'll feel more and more comfortable as you continue to spend time at the computer. Lab procedures for printing a document and exiting a program will vary from lab to lab, but one policy all the labs share has to do with laser printing. Laser printing is expensive, so please use it only for resumes, application letters, and term papers if the instructor requires a laser printout. As you get close to finishing your work, you'll find you need to get answers to these questions. What printer should I use? How do I extract the paper? Should I just exit the program, or should I also turn off the computer? It won't take long for you to become familiar with the routine. The computer lab can be a comfortable place to work. You can control your chair height, the brightness of the screen, and on some computers, the angle of the monitor. Make yourself as comfortable as possible and take frequent breaks. Please don't bring in food or drink. Make sure your chair is pushed in and your work area is clean and in good order when you leave. If you feel you need extra help with your assignments, tutors are available in some of the labs and in the tutoring center in Building 2. For those of you with computers at home, you may want to check compatibility of your software and disk drives. As you think about using a computer lab, discuss software options with your instructor or visit one of the labs to get more information. Chemeketa encourages you to use these labs and to explore the powerful world of computers.